Hey friends, it's Rochelle. Today I wanted to give you a little update of what's going on with the plants. So here we'll look at the plant stand first and then we'll head on out and look at the greenhouses. So tell me below how your gardens are doing and what you got growing. These I just planted maybe 4 days ago and they're popping all up. We have some Italian basil, some marigolds to keep some little bugs away, some Malvia. Malvia is a really old-fashioned plant. It reminds you of like a miniature hollyhock. They're zebra striped, kind of purple. And then lemon basil, I see just a few starting to pop up. Those were saved seeds from my plants last year, and I didn't take them out of the pot. I just planted one pod in each, so that's why it took them a couple days longer to pop up. Second over here, look at these. These are my horehound. Horehound takes quite a few days to come up, and so you can see here today my horehound is starting to pop up, so super excited about that. How many of you all have grew horehound before? So here is another tray. In this one we have Italian basil. And you can see the frillier plants there in the back. Those are some chamomile. So this is a 50 count tray here with the, or no, I'm sorry, 86. I believe that's the 86 or 87 count tray. Then over here in the 200 and something count tray, I planted these tomatoes about 5 days ago, and look at them. They are doing really, really good. So they're all popping up. Let's see what varieties we have here. So we have some green tomatillos on the end. We have some beefsteak, some Chef's Choice orange, some Sun Gold cherry, some Chef's Gold, no, not Chef's Gold, Chef's Red, some Alpaca, which is a really great producing Roma tomato, some black zebra there in the back, and on the very last row we have some black cherries. Here you've seen this tray grow in the last couple times. This is some lavender up front, which you can see lavender germinates so differently. Like we have little tiny guys just popping up, and then we have fellas this tall. You have to wait like a month to see how many are actually going to germinate. And there in the back I have some bells of Ireland growing. Over here on this tray we have some flax. Now this isn't your traditional periwinkle flax. This is actually a scarlet flax. And no, these are not tall and lanky. This is just how flax traditionally grows. It's kind of a wispy type plant. And there in the back, I also planted some new bells of Ireland, which are just starting to pop up, the first ones. All right, let's go down here. Here we have some rhubarb plants. There we have a tray of rhubarb. This was my first tray of tomatoes that I planted. I plant tomatoes generally every week so that, you know, everybody buying this week, the plants won't be root bound the following week, because I dislike root bound plants. Oh look, one of my lantanas on the bottom there is blooming. How cute. Okay, so in this tray we have some Mountain Spring, some pineapple tomatoes, some Amish paste tomatoes, and it looks like some green bell tomatoes. This little guy I planted about 4 days ago, and you can see these tomatoes are just popping up. We've got Better Boy germinated, Sweet Million germinated. We have Celebrity germinated, some Juliet, and what's back there in the back? Chef's Choice Bicolor. And then there's a couple rows there in the middle that are just in the crook, and they are, looks like Black Krim and Celebrity and Garden Peach tomatoes. Over here I planted this one a day later, and they're not yet popped up. These are actually some ground cherries as well as some tomatoes. We have Black Seaman tomato, Black Mountain Pink tomato, Roaster tomato, Great White tomato, and Tasty Pink tomatoes there. On the bottom my little winter plants, you know, wandering Jew and all those, they just struggle all winter long, and then I'll pop them in the greenhouse and they'll be fine. A few questions I had about my plant stand was, why the light difference? Well, you can see down here on this row, this is a LED light. LED lights must be placed a lot farther away from the light than fluorescent lights. You can see the fluorescent light. I go by the plant height. I only keep that fluorescent light about 2 inches above the top of my plants. On the LED lights, you got to keep it like 8 inches or so above the top of the plants. So you must treat your LED lights and your fluorescent lights very differently on your plant growing stand. Let's go outside and check out the greenhouse. Whoops, the wind got up last night. Here's turkeys. The turkeys have been laying like crazy. We've been getting so many turkey eggs. We had a freezer go down. That's why you see that freezer over there on the very edge. We've got to get it taken off. This is my new greenhouse that we're entering. Let's see inside here. We can see I just started on Friday and Saturday planting this, so these seeds are only a few days old, so I'm not expecting anything really to be up, besides the fact that it's pretty chilly out here, so it will take longer for these seeds to sprout versus the seeds in the house. But I'll show you what we got going. So we got my very favorite nasturtium. That's Empress of India. It's an old heirloom red, gorgeous nasturtium. And on this, what do we have? Oh, we're having Swiss chard, hollyhocks, and pinks. So all flowers in that tray. Here we have a tray of hyacinth beans, which are beautiful purple potted vining. I'm just giving you a little view of what we got going on. Let me step up on this step ladder so I can get even with you. Oh goodness, we got cilantro, we got calendula, we got borage, we got candy tuff, we got bachelor's buttons, we have trays of more nasturtiums, and then we have some plants here that I just stuck in here yesterday. Some of my herbs, we got some stevia plants, some parsley, we got this beautiful apple mint. There in the back, we got a start of comfrey. So we don't have sprouts yet in this greenhouse. So let's head on over to our other greenhouse, which is full. All right, let's go in. Haven't been in here this morning. All right, if you can hear me above the roosters and guineas and turkeys, we have some beautiful pepper plants that are going. We have some Chinese giant peppers, and yeah, that's a whole tray of Chinese giant. Then we have some rhubarb. We have some parsley. We have a lot of marjoram going this year. Lots of marjoram. Oh, look at this tray. This is another tray of peppers. They're just coming up and starting. We got some poblano. What do we got here? Poblano and Tam jalapeno. Got a tray of sage. Love sage. Who loves sage? We got a tray of cayenne, and we got some long Asian style eggplants. They're a little chilly this morning, so they're like kind of drew up like we don't like to be here. Tray of red onions going along fine. We can get those in the ground ASAP. All right, we got some more. We got Joe Parker peppers, emerald giant peppers. We got lavender going on there. Oh, looky. We have some, what do we have here popping up? That looks like, what is that? Rhubarb. We got some rhubarb popping up. We got hyssop. It's well along. It's ready to be transplanted into some bigger pots. We got some little peppers going on. These are the red jalapeno. They're the hotter than the tam. Tam are mild jalapenos. And then we have some malvia. Remember that I said was a little striped, kind of like a miniature hollyhock. These are just further along. We have a lot of trays of thyme. I'm not going to show you all those, but lots and lots of thyme. We have peppers that I transplanted last week out of the little teeny cells into these bigger ones. And then we have some eggplants, and then we have some cabbages here on the end. And one day someone forgot to take like the clear top off of it. So they got a little singy up here on top, but they'll grow right out. Not a biggie. Down here, last night, oh, look what happened. A mouse got in here and has ate all of the greenery off of the lettuce, and we just have stems. A few of those will come out. If it has like this will come out. This here will not come out. We also have some chives popping up, some more sage plants, some different types of peppers, more parsley, and more herbs. So that is what's going on in the greenhouse. Need to do a little cleaning in here, as always. Greenhouses never stay clean. But that's what's going on. We need to start some more things today. But super happy with everything. Have had a little bit of mice trouble in the greenhouse, and that is pretty common in greenhouses. That's your worst enemy. Oh, we got some herb trays down there. So tell me below in the comments if you have a greenhouse. Tell me what you're super excited to be planting and how far along you are in your growing season. We are, let's see, how far are we at? We're about 5 weeks out from our last frost date. So that gives you an idea of, where we're at in our planting. All right, you all have a blessed day.